Rightio, I have got lots of footage. Building up the compound, building up the crod slide, the trials and tribulations of fitting this on after the apron was fitted, and so on and so forth. But I need to make some parts, and making that video is too much work for me right now, as my wind turbine broke and I had to do 2 days on that, which left me only a day to do this on my days off. Yes, I'm working through this COVID crisis, repairing ambulances and recovering people that decided to crash into each other. Anyhow, I ain't got time to compile all the video of building it, so just knowing that the carriage lock is not working yet because I have to make some parts for inside it which I require the lathe for. I have a piece of stainless steel here. Unsure what type of stainless steel it is. It is magnetic, so I'm guessing it's P51, F51. Guessing that's what it is. Haven't fitted the threading dial yet. I don't need a threading dial to make the part which we are about to observe me making. It is the hinge pin for that, out of stainless. It's 4mm and 7mm diameters, and the width, which I'll work out in a second. I have a left hand turning tool set up in the lathe, approximately on centre. I have not powered the lathe up yet, so I don't know if it's on centre. It's close. Boring bar, I won't be needing it, but it is set about on centre. A carbide parting grooving tool kind of thing, an insert grooving tool, a chamfering tool, and a right hand turning tool. So I've got left and right chamfer, a couple of parting blades, and a boring bar. Right, we're bringing you in, and there's some long dangly bolts hanging out, lovely jubbly. Let's just tighten that chuck up by hand and hope for the best. There might be some weird noises now. This is the first time I have struck the lathe up since the last time I struck it up. So the power is on. We have a red light. I am turning on the speed controller. I think I'm in neutral, although I might not be. No, I'm not. Is that neutral? Nope. Yeah, neutral's about there somewhere. That's better. We're in neutral-ish. Let's see what we got. Nothing at all. Because I'm not in forward or reverse. I think that's forwards. Nope. That's forwards. There we go. We have movement. Now clearly I've got to be careful because there is whopping great big pieces of metal hanging out. Let's have some speed going. Here we go. Things are moving. Will I be able to reach to check the centre? I don't think so. I'm just seeing if I can do a facing operation with this tool. No, I can't. Oh well. Going to the touch off. My hands in position. Here we go. Touching off. Oh, it's making noises. All touched off. I've cleaned up the outside. Is there going to be enough angle on this to make a facing cut? Or it might rub. Oh, it's definitely going to rub. Not enough angle. Slow it down. Put it away. Let's see if I can just put a bit more angle on it to get clearance. that should be clearance now. Yes, definitely clearance. Will it make it? Coming in close. Coming in close. Are we going to make centre? Maybe. Switching off. Holding it. Making chips. And is it on centre? It's blinking hot, and it not quite. It's got a bit of a pip on there. I know you can't see it, but I've got stainless steel chips. Stainless steel chips. Oh yeah. Right, that didn't take long, so I'll stick that back in there, and now I should be able to insert, because it's got a nice lovely chamfered edge on it. It should go in the collet like a champion. No, it's still going to be a pain in the backside. Okay, not as much as a pain in the backside as what it was, but a pain in the backside it is. So I'll have it in that far again. I don't want it sticking out too far, because you know, don't want it sticking out too far. And I'm going to face off this side as well, just to get two nice edges. And we'll use a different tool this time. What tools have we got? So they're parting tools. That's we've still got a left-hand tool in there. So I'm going to take this left-hand tool out. No, in fact, I'm going to take this left-hand tool out, this high-speed steel one, which just left a beautiful finish. And where's my right-hand tool? It must be here somewhere. I can't see it. Right, so this is the second end, and this is pretty nasty, and you'll see that in a second. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. Right, there we go. See, there's a big nub on the end because this is above centre, I think. That's took all the roughness off of it. And this tool, let's bring it back into, is it above centre I think, maybe, yeah, probably above centre. That tool is coming out, it's a left hand high speed steel tool. It was okay for roughing that horrible end off, but I found my right hand carbide tool, so I'm just going to insert that. Let's see if I can have a look at me doing that. There we go. Oh. Everything's a bit makeshift at the moment. Now, if you're watching that closely, you must have seen the immense problem that you have when you're trying to face, especially on this little mini lathe. It is constantly forcing the tool back, and I'm holding the hand wheel. I don't know if you can see the hand wheel down the bottom here, just here, yeah, maybe just the top of it. But I'm holding that solid as as I can, and you can see it's just wobbling all over the place. Mainly because it was such a gnarly end on it, a really horrible, nasty, awful end. Anyway, I haven't got a centre in there anymore, but I do have a knob which wasn't turned off properly. Is that in right? No. Let's stick that tool in correctly, otherwise it will do absolutely nothing. So I think we'll agree that's a right hand turning tool. Looks like it to me. It must be pretty fragile because it kept on cracking when I was grinding it on the greenstone. Anyway, it is installed, and as we can see, the boring bar behind it is going to interfere with play on anything longer than this. This is around about 25mm long, so for today's purposes this will do. I think that would suffice for its tightness. 5, 6 there, something like that, but proof of the pudding's in the eating. Let's have some. I think that's just broken the tip off the carbide. Maybe. It's a spectacularly horrible finish, that is for sure. There doesn't seem to be a knob. Has it broke the end off the tip? I don't know. I mean, when I say spectacularly horrible, I mean properly horrible. So anyway, let's try it in its proper orientation or something like that. See if we get anything better. And there's no lighting on this lathe. Let's give it a go. I mean, that is the most horrible finish I've ever seen. That's what you expect from a mini lathe, but obviously, you know, it's a sharp pointed tool. Oh, I might have been going backwards. Could have been going backwards. Anyway, let's have a look. Certainly a better finish, but I think the tool has had it. I have to check it out. I think I broke the tip off at that stupid angle. Let's have a closer look. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think the camera will pick it up. Getting close. I don't know if the lighting will pick it up though. Get some lighting in on it, it might. How's that? It's a broken tip. It's nearly on centre though. Need to get it on the centre though. Do any kind of turning with it. So I'm going to mess around with that for a while. I'll re-hone the front of that tip off and get it working. Okay, I'm trying to get a little bit more serious here. I have set all my tools apart from the, you can't see it in here, it's the boring bar. Not set it up, I don't need it for this job, but I've set up a right turning tool, a left turning tool, and both of me cut-off tools onto centre height. Let's kick the camera, it's always good. And I was using the ruler method, so we stuck a ruler in between and then we just pushed it up against the part. I'm not doing it all again. I don't have much battery power left, so I just want to take a quick cut here. And we need to go down 26mm approximately. So I'll put a little mark on just so I don't go too far. Don't waste my stainless steel. Let's get a little mark on there. What about, let's go 27mm, something like that. So about to there somewhere. And this is going towards making the pin for my carriage stop. So it's a bit noisy, I've got the power feed on. That makes everything really noisy. So let's have a go. You're going to have to put up with that noise. Or I might just edit it out and put some music over the top like I do, because this is really noisy. But it's a bit dangerous. I've got these bolts sticking out everywhere. Still, not got around to those yet. This is the next night. I haven't had time to do anything. Just got back from work. Let's hit it and do some cutting and see if this can actually make a cut down the shaft. And we're going down to 7mm, I think it was. I'll make sure on that. Yeah, 7mm is where I bring it down to. And the shaft is 12. Yeah, 12mm shaft. There we go. Let's see what kind of depth of cut this little beastie will take. And we've got a considerable amount of stick out for this little machine as well, so let's find out. When I touch off, put it into power, touch off, come back, put a cut on, go into power feed, see if it stalls out, see what happens. Let's see how it goes with this little cheapo DC speed controller on it. Let's go the right way. That's the power feed. Let's touch off. There's a touch. I'm going to put on a cut of 0.025, 0.05, 0.1, 0.015, 0.25 cuts. Let's see if we can take that. Some more speed. Well, yeah, it took the cut. The surface finish is not great. It took a 0.025mm cut really easily, but that feed rate is massively fast. And to change that feed rate is extremely difficult. I'm not doing that tonight, so that was a 0.025 cut, I believe. I'm not used to these dials. The dials on these are a bit daft. And the reason I say that is is they're in 0.025 increments. Now I'm going to try a 0.5mm at the same feed rate. Who cares if it's a little bit fast. Let's try it. If I chip that tip, probably. No, I don't think I chipped it. So let's try 0.5mm. Okay, and what would a 0.5mm? Oh, I think I've just, no I haven't. Okay, so 0.25, 0.5, so 2, that's 20 ticks. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 ticks. So this should be a half mil cut. So the cut backwards was way better, obviously, because I did it nice and slowly, and the surface finish on that back cut is not bad. Have I took the tip off? No, tip's still there. Okay, so it can handle that. So that's half mil cut. So how many ticks around it? Let's find out. If 20 was half a mil, so that's 10, 20. 30, so that should be a 0.75mm cut. I don't know if it's 0.75 per side. Let's see if it's 0.75 per side. Let's have a look. So we're down to 11.4mm now. Let's see what this takes off. 11.4. Well, it automatically reversed out of it. That was quite nice. I like that indeed. That was very nice. But you see that? I just like automatically reversed out of it. That was unbelievable. It obviously will not take that cut. No, and that was a massive cut. I'm looking at it. Let me just take you off and show you the cut that it tried to take. Handheld. There we go. Try to anyway. There we go. So that is the cut it just tried to take. So we'll zoom in onto you and get a bit more steady and rest on you. There we go, look at that, that's what it just tried to take. I don't know what happened, it just literally hit the end of it and then reversed out. You saw it. That was very strange, I don't know what that's all about. But it did what it did. It did what it did. So it's going to take some getting used to, this little DC controller. There might be some kind of automatic reverse feature, I don't know. It just instantly went into reverse and off it went backwards. Very interesting. So I'll back that cut off a little bit and we'll try a lesser cut. Let's go back in for a touch out then. No, something's happened. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened. There we go. No, that's neutral. Is that neutral? No, that's right now. Something happened to the gears, I don't know. So something happens to the gears and it goes into an automatic reverse. I haven't got a clue what that is. I haven't got a clue. What on earth could possibly make that do that? Extremely strange. What did that try and take? Quite a big cut. I will disengage the gears and see if I can just feed it manually, because I'm not trying to sort that out now, that is for sure. Zoom back out again. Oh, we're really low on camera now. Really low on camera battery. So this will be it. Let's see if she fits in. Oh man. Don't mess me about. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. No, still mess me about. Oh well, it's going to mess me about. Oh, we've got it straight. Does it fit in? Yeah, that should be nice. Hardly any rock. And roll. That should be really good. So that's wide enough to do the whole thing. No, it's not. Maybe I should have done that. I've got a little bit of facing to do at the front here. No problem. Try and remember that setting, hey? First go with it. It's the first go with it, and I've got no stops or anything to go by. I'm just guessing all these things, and I'm not used to all these things that I've got to do. Oh, it's going well, I think. I think it's going well. It's cutting stainless steel beautiful. It feels good. Obviously the camera doesn't lie, there is a few lines in it. I've got gloves on. But yeah, just going to tie this end up, and before the battery runs out, I'm just going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to tie this up to the full length of what I need, and I'm going to leave it at 7mm, charge the battery up, have some dinner, and then on my next day off I shall finish this part off. Righty ho, I've got a full battery. I'm going to attempt to finish this off. Wish me luck. There is no accuracy measures at the moment, like the stops and what have you, so I'm going to try and get it as close as possible, and I think I'm going to play some music over this. Job done. Now if you're watching, you would have seen that I made a measurement and I used my travel dial, which I've got at the moment, which is basically, as you saw, DTI, and measured down 19.5mm, I think it was. And then I changed my mind after looking at it and went to 21.5, which is what I measured, and obviously it's turned out too wide. There is the part. Not bad. I'm pretty happy with it. It's obviously 2mm longer than it needs to be, and there's nothing I can do about it now because it needs to be 7mm at each end. And clearly it was meant to go into the... It's got a bit of slop now, so the restricting movement side to side thing isn't going to happen. But there we go, we have a pin. Just a stupid measurement. It's exactly it looks like 2.5mm. So it would have had a 0.5mm play in it from the measurement I made with the digital verniers. But I'm going to use that. I'm going to make a couple of brass shims for it, and it will just have to protrude out the ends a little bit and look a little bit funky, because that's the way it's going to rock. I ain't got time to keep on making parts and parts and parts, so at the moment if there's a mistake I'll make it later, and that's the effect that we're going to have. So it's going to look like that. Does it still work? Yes it does. And obviously what that was supposed to do is stop it from going side to side, but it's not really doing that at the moment, but it will do. A couple of little brass half washers in there. It might look better actually with the ends overhanging. I might like that bit, but hey ho. A bit upset at that. No, very upset at that. Anyway, you get the idea of what the pin I was talking about in 3 videos ago is going to look like, because that's what it's going to do. It's going to sit in there as a hinge. Look like a 7mm hinge, but in reality it's going to be a 4mm hinge. It will work a treat. That's what I wanted it to look like, flush, look, yeah, or slightly less than flush maybe. That was the idea of it, to look like that. I would prefer that look. But we're going to have the 1mm sticking out either side, look like that, with the brass washer in it. And I might just turn down the ends, you know. I like that. That looks wicked. Looks truly awesome. Yeah, actually sticking out looks nice. I like that. I'm quite glad it ended up a bit longer now. Yeah, no, I like that. I do like the sticky outy bit. I just want it to stop it from doing this and that. So that'll do for that. I'll make a couple of little half washes for it and whap them in there to stop it from doing that. Job's a good one. That'll do for the night. And a little point on it, you may have noticed I got a chip underneath the tool post, so I've got a little indentation in the compound top now. Not happy about that, so I'm going to have to pay a lot more attention to that while I've got these tool holders on. I need the quick change tool post, that'll stop that happening completely. I'm going to have to remember to advance the compound when I require extra length, and obviously retract it back when I don't need it for the extra stability. Even working up to the chuck here I could do with extra bed travel, so I might be rethinking the carriage lock, but I don't think so. I'll try and work around it. It's only going to happen with the collet chuck on. With the 3-jaw and a 4-jaw chuck on it will not happen, so. And it certainly won't happen with a quick change tool post on, because the tool post will be hanging out another 15mm, 20mm. which is all I needed in that operation then. So for the first part I got the dimensions wrong, but anyhow, that was a mistake on my behalf of measurements. I was nearly, it was nearly good, just not quite. But I'm happy. I've got a good surface finish on that stainless steel. I'll have a quick closer look at that. Now I've got to drop it on the floor first. Obviously it always has to be dropped on the floor when I've got to find it. It's a very small part. I don't know where it went. That's the second thing I've dropped this evening. I can't see it anywhere. I'll find it another day or make another one now I've lost it. Oh well.